All right, so we've got my boy Abraham over here. I cannot wait to tell you about this amazing guy right here. We're gonna jump straight into it. A great member inside of here, the GrindTribe, bro. Abraham, introduce yourself, man. Let these people know where you from and what do you do.
Sure. So my name is Abraham Williamson. I'm a lawyer originally from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Bounced around a little bit. Went to uni in DC at Howard. Then went overseas for grad school. Came back for law school and got linked up with Elijah mainly through the ethers. I heard a podcast that he was on. We got connected and kind of became friends over our mutual interest for tech. And then when he told me what he was working on now with the fitness, it was the right person at the right time. And so I'm looking forward to talking about kind of how that transformation has happened because it has entered my life kind of seamlessly and only helped me to continue building on what I was building before.
My man, thank you for that. Thank you for that, bro. So what I want you to share with everybody here, man, is what are some of the most important things that you value as a black man?
Yeah. So I think respect is high, and respect I found is not lying to yourself. So making sure that my internal lines up with my external, that's super important. Also, performance. If people tell you you got to do twice as much to get half as far, or whatever the saying is, that means, for me at least, that placing performance very highly is important. So whether that's in the job, which is what people typically kind of focus on, it's also within your family as well. Like I have nieces and nephews. I have brothers and sisters and laws as well. What does it mean to perform high for them when it comes to my parents too? Their time won't last forever. What does it mean like to perform highly for them when it comes to friends and new relationships? It's easy to get into stuff and hard to get out of stuff. What does it mean to really perform inside of relationships? So respect and performance, and then my health is another really big one, not necessarily in that order, but that's the health of the mind, that's the health of the spirit, that's the confidence that your body will do what you need it to do.
100%. I love it, man. So leaning into that, bro, what were some of the results you were looking to achieve when you came into this program?
So I was really looking for more confidence. I was looking for, I know we mentioned specifically to increase the testosterone. We haven't been measuring it, but I can clearly see a difference sort of now. But coming into it, I was really just looking for kind of more confidence. Wasn't very heavy. I was on a kind of strict sort of vegan diet, which meant that it was hard to kind of put on mass. It was hard to keep my testosterone levels up by eating sort of the right foods, and it was also inconsistent when it came to my sleep habits as well. So all of those things kind of coalesced and motivated me to look for not a fly by night, but sort of a full on transformation that I could continue on. So that was what I was looking for. And then kind of central to all of that was, again, back to the performance. Like I wanted to be in a program that would not just make me look good, but help me perform better in all the ways that we just mentioned.
100%. I love it, bro. I love it, man. What would you say were some of the challenges or what were the things that you were doing before that may have not been working the best or the most optimally for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it didn't really what I was doing before didn't really fit into an overall plan. And I don't mean a workout plan or nutrition plan. It didn't really fit into my life. And the fact that it wasn't a daily thing made it very tough to be consistent. And I was struggling with kind of like where should my time go? Like where should my money go? Where should my investment go to where I would get everything that I needed? And I wasn't finding that until we had our conversation and you really explained like this is a full transformation. This is about what you want to get out of it. It was very personalized and custom and bespoke to me. And even though we're in a group and other people are motivating each other, it's still about what can I get out of this to benefit me and my performance, which should benefit everyone else. And this is just a personal philosophy. Everybody around you should get better.
Right.
And when I was looking at the marketplace, I wasn't necessarily seeing that until kind of we had our chat and I saw that, the people who came in, everybody, they might have gotten, optimal or they may still be on their path, but everybody was getting better.
100%. I love it, man. I love it, bro. So speaking about getting better, man, what are we, 6 or 7 weeks inside of the program now?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the results that you've achieved so far, man. What's going on with your body? How do you look? How do you feel? What has changed, man?
Yeah, I mean, if I haven't seen somebody since I started, they make comments, and that says a lot about the confidence. It's not sort of why I did it going into it, but they're like, you look like you've been in the gym, which is a testament to your routine as well, because I've up to this point mainly been doing calisthenics. We're going to switch over to the gym, but the fact that I could come online and wake up, hit my own floor, turn something on, and have a legitimate workout for 7 to 8 weeks was pretty powerful as well. So there's that, right? People commenting on sort of how you look in the physique. A couple things also, and just in terms of strength, because when I was in high school, folks would talk about show muscle, right? This is
Right.
not sort of show muscle. It actually came with some actual increases in strength. I have stairs at my house, being able to carry not just myself but another person up those stairs. That was a bonus too. But I noticed a real increase in my testosterone levels too, evidenced by sort of my voice, by how I was progressing through the workouts in terms of my mentality and my focus at work. I could tell as I started working out, even within that first week, that I wasn't constantly sort of looking at my phone or device and breaking confidence. Like I could focus more for longer because, in my line of work, as like other people's lines of work, right? Like as soon as you kind of wake up, your work could start, and your day may not end until your work ends. So that was happening to me.
Mhm.
But most kind of like the most quantifiable difference I saw was actually in week one, where we had the initial weigh in and I weighed 139 pounds, which was less than I weighed in high school. And within 7 days in a week, the next time that we weighed, and you questioned this, and I did as well because I thought the scale was broken, I had put on 14 pounds. And it wasn't sort of like fat or like extra weight. Like I felt good and lighter and more productive having put on 14 pounds, and each week I've kind of been growing as well. So since the program, like I'm approaching sort of that 20-pound mark, which is getting closer to my goal. So all of these things, the confidence, other people noticing it, the strength in my daily life, not just carrying people up and down the stairs, but just being able to maneuver and lift. And then also the testosterone boost. And I can see that evidenced by the confidence in other people in speaking, my voice being more consistent. And also in terms of my sleep patterns, I wake up and I can feel sort of energized for the day. And I can recognize it too, because not everybody's perfect. If there had been a day or two that I missed, I could clearly notice a difference, and I was motivated to get on track too. Because the last thing is not just the kind of the benefits that I got from it, but was how to come back online, because everybody falls off the program at some point.
Right. 100%, man. I love it, bro. Let's talk performance, man. How has this transformed or how has this impacted the way that you operate as a businessman?
So before I was just building somebody else's dream. And I mean that respectfully. Everybody's dream has a purpose. But now that I have a little bit more focus and a little bit more attention and sensitivity to my own body, mind, and spirit because of the meditation as well and the nutrition monitoring what I put into my body, instead of always building someone else's dream, I'm not just working on mine, I'm building mine too now. And what I mean by that is my days are able to get longer. So after sort of the workflow stops, I can still have the energy and the focus in the morning on either side of it, morning or evening, to reach out to new people, to make myself available to people who are reaching out, to follow up with existing contacts, and to be more intentional about friends, the people in our networks, you and I, Elijah, and them becoming friends with other people in our friend groups. And when you're kind of working a very rigorous job and you're not on a routine, a transformation routine, all you really have left in the tank is to give to other people. So this actually gave me more juice to give back to myself.
Mhm. Love it, man. Love it, bro. Man, what would you say to anybody right now that's on the fence about coming inside of the Grind Tribe?
I would say if you're on the fence, you've already made that decision, because as soon as you look over, you got to realize it's time for you to jump. And that's the situation with us. We hopped on the phone and we talked about it. You told me how much it was. I never would have probably spent that or paid that if I wasn't committed to the questions that you asked me.
Mhm.
You asked me why I was doing it. Are you ready for a complete transformation? You put me into the mindset to say, either you're gonna either you're gonna go for it or you're gonna stay where you are. And if you're just down to staying where you are, there's no point in being on the fence at all. You don't even look at it, because as soon as you look at it and see the benefits, you know it's time to go. So I was talking to somebody here recently. They were thinking about moving across the country, right? And I'm like, the fact that you're even asking me this question, like if you're expecting somebody to give you permission to say no, I'm not the guy, and you're not the guy for that either. So if you're listening to this and you're watching this and you're on the fence, realize that you've already made that decision, and it'll be worth it for you as long as you keep that mentality throughout. Like I said, I saw results in week 1 that was highly motivating for me. Even if it takes you 2 weeks to start seeing those results, I guarantee that you, if you're like me, you will feel it sort of almost instantaneously because you'll have a different purpose in life.
100%, 100%. My man, Abe, thank you for sharing, bro. And for those of you guys that are watching, man, if you've been on the fence about the Grind Tribe, if you've been trying to figure out what do we do, who do we help, how can we transform your life, man? Here's just a testament of just one of the great men that we help inside of this community. So, bro, thank you again for sharing, man.
I appreciate it.